How's everybody doing tonight? Cam K here on ONTrack Weekly. You can kind of see me right under the two people waiting sign. Busy day today. We have got some really cool guests joining us. Graydon Bunn is going to talk about the Horsepower for Hunger event that's happening this weekend in Bracebridge. Dave Bragg, Peterborough Speedway mini stock racer, is going to be on to join with us and chat about his season. Jessie Howard, she raced out at Delaware Speedway in the bone stock division. We'll hear from her on how her season went. Wyatt Sutcliffe from the mini stock division at Sunset Speedway. And then, of course, the right-hand man at Full Throttle Motor Speedway, Tim Tolton, will be on 9:10. Talk about what's going on for them. They're going to have their rules meeting up pretty soon, actually. And then, of course, they've got their banquet. And we'll hear everything that's going on about Full Throttle's 2026 season. But we'll also hear a little bit about how their 2025 season right now. Jay's bottom of one right now, two on with one out, 2-0 right now to Alejandro Kirk in the first. He's got 2-1 against Kirby right now. Vladimir Guerrero is on base right now, as is George Springer. It is, though, 1-0 to the Mariners as we start tonight's show. We're going to bring on Graydon Bunn to talk about this special initiative, and let's talk about what he's got going on this weekend on behalf of the Stickers and Scuffs podcast, and, of course, working hard to make a big difference in the racing community as we bring on Graydon repping the Jays right now as they trail by one early in the game. Of course, it is the bottom of the first inning right now, 3-1 to Alejandro Kirk. Not a bad start tonight, Graydon, but hopefully we can get more runs on the board. It looks pretty good for us at the bottom of the first inning, but you've got a very busy weekend for yourself. You got some big stuff happening. First off, buddy, let's talk about this big initiative that you've been working on the last couple of months. Really, though, it took a major upswing, as we use baseball terms tonight. It took a major upswing this past weekend. So what's going on this weekend, Saturday, from 9 to 3?
Uh, well, first of all, thanks for having me. Big fan.
Thank you.
But yeah, this is something that, food insecurity's kind of always been something that's near and dear to you and I both, with on the Stickers and Scuff side. But this is something that's been in my head just as much as my desire to involve Muskoka names in my racing endeavors. So this has been in my head for months, and to really enact it and like implement it, I guess I should say, has been in my head for weeks. And then the actual process has been in the motion for the matter of hours or days. So it's just been whittling it down. It's things have been busy. It's been, as I said, it's been on my mind and in my head, and we've been honing in the focus and getting there. And it was just a matter of getting a few hours to really put things in motion and take advantage of the network that that I've built, that you've built, that we've built, and once that happened, it all came together really, really well, and so far, for me as the event organizer, it's far exceeded what I thought it would be already, and we haven't even turned a lap, so to speak.
So what is it exactly that is going to be happening? It's called Horsepower for Hunger. What is it that people are going to be doing this weekend?
So the concept of this is that we want to do a food drive with an interactive race car experience. Yes.
Interactive race car experience.
On the
and
board. Yeah.
on the board.
On the board. Yeah, an interactive race car experience, so that we create the idea of an exchange that people bring us food and we give them something in return, which would be the race car experience where I say fans, which not everybody that comes and visit us are going to be fans, but
Hmm.
they hopefully will be like when they walk away. Um, we want them to see the cars, sit in the cars, and this goes for children, parents, grandparents, whoever um, has the physical mobility to get in the car. We'll have stools and everything to help people get in, and we want people to have that experience. And since I'm on here, I'll tip my hand a little bit with that. In addition to the interactive race car experience, we are going to give away a bunch of things. Our friends at Image Wraps, Craig Camrath has knocked it out of the park for me. He's printed up a bunch of my horsepower for hunger decals, so that everyone that participates from the race car perspective will get some decals for their fenders. And then all the remaining decals are going to go to kids, fans, whoever comes to visit while supplies last. You'll get a decal, and we're gonna have checkered flags to give away. We're all ideally gonna be suited up, kind of really trying to portray the race car experience right at the grocery store at Stevens Ear Independent Grocer in Bracebridge here, and hand out hero cards, sign. Danielle McPherson, renowned photographer, is going to be there snapping shots for us, and we're going to have now 5 different race cars on hand for everybody to see, from bone stocks, Uncle Alex's mini stock. So I'm going to have a car that I've actually driven and raced there. Um, the McPherson's hot rod's going to be there, that beautiful Pontiac. Parker Trave's going to bring his Legend there, so we're going to have a Legend car. Brandon Steele's going to have his super truck there. Beautiful looking piece, mean looking machine. It's just, man, it's come together so well and so fast that as I said, all we want to do is, and again, as I said, Stevens Independent Grocer. I can't say enough about them. They've not only allowed me this venue, but they're going to give me prime real estate. We're going to be right on the sidewalk, right outside the front doors of the store, so you can't miss us. You can't get by us. Um, we want to really show you the race car experience, and also uh, while bringing in much needed food funds and support for the Mana Food Bank in Bracebridge. And also the McPhersons are doing their annual uh, participation in the Curtis King Toy Drive for the Christmas season. So uh, also, we have a very few shirts that you're wearing, the Racing for Akira t-shirts that Pops Campbell and Alex Stewart are going to bring and try to get rid of too. So I mean, this has just become kind of a combine of charitable causes lumped into one that I couldn't be more proud of.
Now, for those that want to get out and participate, it's 9 to 3 on Saturday. If they want to bring their car, I don't know if there's still a possibility for that, but if there is, and if there's donations, e-transfers, etc., how can people go ahead and get their donation to you so that you can ensure that that food gets purchased and that you guys fill some race cars and really help the Mana Food Bank?
So to touch on that, speaking with Angela, the manager at Stevens Your Independent Grocer, they have said that because our original deal was for 2 race cars to be outside the store, and I have since kind of kept bugging her and also the other manager Bill about more space, and they're just like, you know what, they're just saying, as many race cars show up, You can have the front of the store, the whole facade, and if need be, they'll start roping off spots in the parking lot. So this is kind of my spot, I guess, here and now to say if you're a race car team owner, driver, you got a trailer, if you want to make the haul to Bracebridge for a few hours of raising some food and funds, by all means, you're allowed to show up. We can house you. We can give you an opportunity to show your car off to some people, and yes, we will have a means of donations for the actual physical non-perishables. We can take perishable items as well.
Okay.
My buddy, the Brackenrig Butcher, Reed Curry, is going to be a big part of this too, with a massive donation that I can't thank him enough for. Taylor Farms will also be doing a big donation too. But you can show up with as much or as little as you want, and you'll get yourself an interactive race car experience. We will take cash and e-transfers. You'll be able to e-transfer me at my email address and everything. I can hook you all up with that if you message me or when you're at the event, whatever. It's just, man, I can't say enough about everybody that's involved in this on the forefront, behind the scenes. It's just wow. Like I said, you and I told you Friday at 4 o'clock. All honesty, folks, I had nothing. I was, I had nothing but this idea, and I've just kind of put my nose down, and people through the weekend. Uh, Yesterday, Sunday, was like where it's traditionally the slow business day, was probably my best. We had lots of phone conversations and a lot of excited people ready to get behind this. And this is something I've wanted to do and longed for so bad, to really engage my community and my passion and finger joint them together like that, where it's just like everybody can see my passion, and the people that I am passionate with are bringing their cars there to really feed off of the community's energy here. And let's hope we just want to do some good and raise a bunch of food funds.
It's absolutely a great thing that you're doing, Graydon. Obviously, I am so proud of you for doing this, and I know you've been working at this for a couple of weeks and been wanting to do this for a couple of months, dating back to last year. Frankly, it's
Hmm.
been a year-to-year thing, and just definitely want to say, yeah, it is a little weird, Ty, to see Graydon on track. Normally, he's on the other show, but best of luck for how this event goes. Definitely, if you have questions, definitely reach out to Graydon or myself. We'll get you in contact with Graydon and get those
Absolutely.
donations. But thanks, buddy, and let's go Jays.
Yeah, let's go Blue Jays. And yeah, buddy. Thank you for having me on here and letting me just tout this and put it out there to the masses.
Absolutely, that is Graydon Bunn here on Track Weekly. We'll bring on Dave Bragg, who has been waiting patiently as Graydon was getting that big event on. Dave joins us following his I think it's his debut at ACC. Be curious, Dave, how ACC went for you. How are you feeling? I mean, you were pretty close to clobbering Bobby Mercer. I think you got stopped, but how did we come out of ACC? Is the car salvageable?
Oh yeah, the car's still good to go. I wasn't involved in the Bobby
Oh, you were in the
accident. It
Cameron
was the
one.
Cameron.
Yes.
Yeah, coming out of four, you saw a couple of airborne cars in the outside lane and nowhere to go in the bottom lane, and yeah, couldn't roll up in time. I felt so bad getting into him. He was quick this weekend,
It
but
it's
yeah.
got to be something big for you, Dave, because this was something on your bucket list, kind of. You've been working at trying to get into bigger, more events, and this year was a little bit different for you guys in the mini stock division. I'd argue that you guys had a pretty rough kind of field in terms of week to week. It dipped to 5 to 6 some weeks, and then it would balloon up to 14, and you were one of the consistent ones out there. You, Tyler, John, and Mike were really kind of Carol were kind of the spearhead of the entire division. How did 2025 go for you as a whole?
Yeah, overall, we started off okay. I think we didn't gain any ground by
Mhm.
any means coming into the year, so we were a little bit disappointed with the big swings we made in the offseason. We're like, there's no speed that we're finding. These top guys are just they're killing it, right? They're running 15.5s at this point. It's just wild to see, but yeah, we finally made some ground. I think the trip up to Sunset kind of got our feet planted that we can bang with these big guys when we want to, put our head to the grind, and yeah, like Mike Nelson says, we'll get these neons to rise soon enough.
Yeah, you've been in this division for only a little bit of time. That's what I think people need to remember. It's not 15 years like Mike Nelson's got what friggin' like 30
Yeah.
years really in these divisions. And John Laval, of course, being there every week really helps him.
Oh, huge.
Um, you, Tyler, Todd, Carroll, you guys are kind of the new breed of mini stock racer at Peterborough Speedway. You all kind of similarly, you all kind of clump together on the racetrack too. So you have a lot of battles
100%.
with those guys, eh?
It's the best battles too. Like hopping out of the car and laughing with Tyler back in
Yeah.
the back 40. You come up and you see Todd and he's got a huge smile on his face. Go, did I get India? And it's like it doesn't matter at this point, man. This is just having fun. Like let's go out there and just wing it, right?
And that's just what it should be, right? I think we lose a lot
Yeah.
of that in motorsports. This year especially, it seems like there's too much of the making it like it's a career, and it's not. It is
Yeah,
for
without a
fun.
doubt.
It is for fun. And you're running one of the only neons out there, you and Nelson, right? So you guys have a target on your back, first off. Um, but you finished fourth in the points.
Yep.
Did you feel like you could have caught Tyler, even though he did have that mechanical gremlin towards the very end? And all the credit to Dylan Wills
Oh,
for what he did for Tyler to help him
massive,
finish.
man. I
Yeah,
was talking to Tyler pretty much every night after that motor. Me and him are super close.
yeah,
Funniest thing is we became friends because I took him out in like my second race and we ended up connected and I looked over through the window net and I'm like, "Oh man, I am so sorry." He's like, "I don't even care, man." And then we've been friends since. So me and him always are so tight with each other on the track. We respect each other so much. It's the funnest racing we've had. And then he hopped into a random car that he shouldn't be quick in, and he's doing better in that than he was in his regular Mustang.
exactly.
Uh, it was amazing to see, man. It's the camaraderie within our group is unreal. Like
Yeah.
you have those top guys that are flying, and they're coming down to you going, "What do you need to get quicker?" Like Mike Nelson is opening his books to me, going like, "Man, we can get you into the 15s. We'll find a way to get there, no problem." It's unreal.
The one thing I really like, and this is the one thing I've always thought about, this is mini stock has always been my favorite type of division. I mean,
Yeah.
you got the guys like Doug Butler that'll come in and just put a whooping on everybody. But yes, exactly the same thing. They come in and they want people to be better. They want to help
Yes.
you guys achieve something more. And that's something I think if you were to say, Carol or Rob, James Townsend, and then you get the girls that'll show up with Ember and Aaron. They'll come in and they'll make the field
Ringers.
better. The
Just show up
ringers
and put a stomping on us.
really well. You had Will Gibbons show up a couple times.
Yep.
He's somebody else you can never count out. Christian came and ran a couple of races. So I think your mini stock division, while it had a low, it feels almost, and I could be wrong here, but you let me know. It feels almost like you guys were climbing towards where you guys should be for 26.
Without a doubt. You've seen what our numbers could be at
Yeah,
ACC. That race was unreal.
it's
Like
fun to watch.
clean racing, three wide. It looks like most of the lap traffic was respectful
Yep.
during it. And the leaders were able to actually have a race. And whoever says Peterborough's not two lanes, I think we proved it different there, man. Like that's gone. Like it's not just this one lane. Like you can play on the outside, you can see it. But yeah, we're moving up. The group's going to get bigger next year, 100%. We already know there's people coming up. I think we had a lull of rookies, right? Like my class
Yeah.
was the rookie class, and then we had no rookies this year at all. It was like, uh-oh, where's everybody going? And now everybody's like, all right, we're ready to move up. So I think we're looking at like 6, 7 rookies next year for probably
I
the
I could
championship.
see it. I mean, I know we know Tegan was kind of planning on moving on from the bone stocks, but he's got a
Yep.
mini stock. I've heard Callie Dearmer maybe moving up from the bone stock as well, coming into mini stock. And then we also have this virtual unknown, which is Sunset
Yeah.
Speedway mini stock racers. So Team 95, the Sutcliffes, the Finnemores, all
Man,
these
you
names.
thought the class was fast before. Wait till the Sunset Boys come flying in. It's just a different
Right.
creature.
Exactly. I mean, as a whole, yes, I don't want to see any sort of closure for Sunset. Nobody wants to see that.
Of
However,
course.
there can be some pluses to that. You guys go out and you
Yes.
race those names that come in. How do you feel racing against a Doug Butler, Sean Taylor, guys that are from Matt Young, from other tracks, and you see them come in and they're faster? Is that more of an irritation for you guys, or is it more of a, oh, cool, this is actually really cool?
I love it, man.
Yeah,
I honestly I'm living my dream running against these guys. Like I grew up at the racetrack when I was 19, just
yeah.
every weekend watching these guys. So I watched Nelson turning out a Quartha Downs and going like, oh, how the hell do I get into this? Like, where do I buy a car? And then got hooked up into it finally, and now I'm literally one of my great friends is Mike. I can just message him, and we're shooting about the neons and yeah, it's unreal, man. These guys are literal grassroots heroes that deserve every bit of the skill that they show. It's not easy to wheel these things.
No.
People think it's a Sunday drive. I can't feel my arms after 20 laps. Like,
The future of your race team is actually looking pretty bright as well. I'm going to shine a spotlight on somebody who you guys post about quite a bit. He probably doesn't even know that I was planning on talking about him. But Connor
no.
Dunn, Connor Dunn has been racing for you guys, and he's been doing a really bang up job. Talk about kind of the
Huge.
future of your team.
Man, that kid came working for me at one of my shops, and yeah, we used to do soapbox derby together when we were just kids. And I'm like, "You're still into the racing and that, eh?" And yeah, well, you need to come out and start wrenching on a race car with me. We need some help. It turned to like this is my right hand guy. He's there every Saturday night. You'll see him running through the pits. I'm sure everybody sees his bright green pants coming flying by in a flash. That's Connor. So yeah, we went what are we doing? He wanted to race. I said probably your best suggestion is not just jumping straight into some race cars.
Yep.
Let's get you some practice. So we got hooked up in the Mossport program at the Arrive and Drive.
Nice.
He banged out some podiums. He couldn't get the win if his life depended on it, man. So many second places and thirds, it was wild. But yeah, so we found ourselves another neon. We're gonna build that into a bone stock. So we're gonna field a neon bone stock and the mini stock for next year.
I gotta love it. I love guys that come in and that want to make a bang up job, that want to do something for this race and deal. You guys do clips of the races that you've made everything available to us as media. So I want to thank you, and you know that you have an open invitation anytime you want to come on our show on SNS. You've repping us really nicely with the shirt tonight. Uh,
Always, buddy, always.
we really appreciate it, Dave, and best of luck this off season. And know that we're looking forward to seeing how you do in 2026.
Hey, man, I appreciate every single thing you guys do. It's been great being able to be hooked up with you guys, and can't wait to see what the future holds for us.
That is Dave Bragg, our friend from Peterborough Speedway in the mini stocks. Happy off season, buddy.
Happy off season, buddy. We'll talk.
All right, so Dave Bragg from Peterborough Speedway. We go straight from Dave Bragg over to our friend Jesse Howard, who's coming off of a season. She's sideways for some reason. We'll try and fix that. This is always
I'm not
something.
sideways.
It's always something that's fun with technology, is that sometimes it does weird stuff like this. But Jesse's coming off of a finish once again in the bone stock division out at Delaware Speedway. Posted an article on Ladies of the Oval the other day. Jesse, if correct me if I'm wrong on this, but 2025 seemed to be a bit of a backward step for you guys. The new car really just didn't give you what you were looking for. So what are the plans kind of with the Ultima? I saw it up for sale. Are the plans to kind of look at a new build, buy somebody else's car that's already in progress? What are you looking at for next year?
My plans for 2026 are still up in the air.
Okay.
We actually have like no idea so far. All we know is that the Ultima wasn't nice to us, so we don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm gonna move up, stay. I have no clue yet.
So for yourself coming after last year, obviously it was a very successful season for you. This year, nothing but troubles that Nissan gave you from the very start, really. I want to know how you're feeling. Obviously, you took some pretty big whacks towards the end of the year. Um, you were injured. Are you fully recovered now?
Yeah, pretty much for the
Perfect.
most part.
Hardest hit you've taken in the bone stock?
Definitely the wall this year, I'd
Yeah.
say. It
Yeah.
was kind of not unexpected, but kind of unexpected. So
Yeah, I mean it sucks to see obviously because you guys have had such forward momentum, but um to have a season like this kind of where nothing seemed to go right for you, but you obviously have lots of supporters, lots of people behind you at the racetrack. One thing I will say is your friendship with Kara Martin is probably second to none at the racetrack. You guys just seem to be competitors, yet you became friends even though you raced against each other, and that seems very rare. I mean, did you guys even know each other before racing?
no, she came to race the bone stocks at Delaware, and I think it was a couple races in, I accidentally got into her, so I
Oh,
went over and
really?
talked. And then we would just see each other around the track and have small talk every now and then now we're basically sisters. So
Well, speaking of sisters, your sister actually does race with you on the racetrack as well, Cassie. Um, Again, it seemed like you guys all as a whole, it didn't work out this year for you guys on the racetrack, but you did get to see Mikey Howard out there. And I call it, I know he said he doesn't like it, but the Batmobile, um, it must be fun seeing your dad get back out there doing something that he loves. He got a couple of heat race wins, but it ended with a big kablooey of the motor, unfortunately. But how fun is it to see your dad go out there doing what he loves?
oh, it's super fun. I
Yeah.
miss racing against them, even though I didn't get to do it for that long. But
and
hopefully,
I was gonna say, hopefully, maybe if you go towards the V8 stocks, you get to race against him again. Would that be something you'd be interested in doing?
yeah, I'm for sure gonna be in the V stocks for the 2027 season.
Okay.
But yeah,
And with that comes the timed. You have to, don't break out.
yeah.
Are you looking forward to doing a breakout time? Because frankly, I'd be terrified having to do something like that.
I don't know. I feel like at first I'm not gonna be that fast at breaking out, but I don't know. I don't know yet.
Well, I mean, I just look at it and go, guys like Doug Stewart,
Yeah.
Jordan Morris, the guys that win every week, they also screw up just as bad as the people that finish like fifth and sixth and worse. So, I would like to see it straight up. I think you guys would be awesome to watch straight up. There's no breakout times, but I mean, I understand Delaware's point of view. You didn't get out to do any invitationals or anything that for that this year, but you did have some really big help because you were injured. You weren't able to get it back out on the racetrack. You had some people help you out this year, and I got to point him out because he seems to always come to your aid. Um, and that's Wally Wilson. Where the heck did this come from? Has he been connected? Oh, see, you're even sporting the Wally Wilson gear. Um, where did that come from? Because Wally doesn't race typically in the bone stock. So how did you guys get to know Wally?
I honestly like can't remember. I think funny fact, like we added him on social media and then like we kind of hung out with the same people and then I don't know, same thing with Kara, like our friendship just grew. And then last year I needed a driver and I was like, I don't know who I would really trust. So then I was like, I trust Wally and I know he can like he's a good driver. So I was like, I'll just ask him. So and
Well,
then
it worked out for you guys this year. I mean,
yeah.
Wally got out there a couple times, put in some good performances, but after a situation like where you have a car that just, what was the issue do you find behind the Nissan? Was it just not, it didn't drive very well? harder to drive, or just it was just slow?
No, it definitely had the pull off the corners and the horsepower that we were looking for,
Hmm.
but the cornering with it wasn't like it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like even you could enter the corner anyway and you'd be loose in, but then you'd push off and you couldn't pick the throttle up till you were on the straightaway pretty much. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't
yeah.
see a ton of Nissan Altimas out there. I want to see more variety like what you've done. I kind of thought that, nothing against last year's car, but I actually thought this car was actually nicer looking. I liked the look of it. You guys had some really good partners on their race car this year. Can you shout out those people that have helped you get to the racetrack each and every week?
We have Corbo Innovation, Jerry's Truck Center, Anyone Spirits, Mount Bridges, HCS, KPH Photography and Motorsports, SNS, and then I can't remember. Wampum Fuels. I'm probably missing someone. Oh, I have no idea. I think I'm missing someone, but I don't know right now.
It was pretty good. It sounded pretty good to me.
Okay.
Jesse, obviously we want to make sure that you're out there next year. I hope that we get to see you back in the bone stocks. If not back in the V8 stocks in 27. But thank you so much for joining and taking some time tonight. There you go. You remembered.
Wait, no. I just want to say that my car is only for sale until midnight tonight. So if anybody watching this is
Oh.
interested in it, to message me about it. And then tomorrow morning it's going to be switched to a raffle.
Okay, so there you go, guys. If you want it, it is available. Message Jesse, but only till the end of tonight, and then it goes
Yes.
up for kind of a free for all. So
Yeah.
I personally think Tim's waiting to come on here. This could be a Varney card. This could easily be something that'll go up there. I know you said cornering's not that great, but this car is big. It's not going to take a beating as bad as some of those smaller cars. But Jesse, the best off season for you. I can't wait to see you back on the racetrack in 2026.
Thank you.
That is our friend Jesse Howard out of Delaware Speedway. And you know what? Glad for her to join us tonight. And we'll add on our buddy from Sunset Speedway, who's making his solo debut on this show. Normally we've had older brother Jacob on the show. I don't see a camera for Wyatt right now. I just see a microphone. So hopefully we have both.
Unfortunately, we don't.
We don't. Okay,
Use
so
my
Wyatt
phone's
Sutcliffe
computer,
is
so
here audio only.
just have to put a picture of me on the screen or something.
We're live. We can't do that right now.
Yeah.
Wyatt Sutcliffe joins. Wyatt, well, ACC, bud. How'd that go for you? I know there was some contact with McGlashan. Pretty hard hit that he had, but pretty impressive weekend for you out at ACC. You had to take a couple weeks because some motor troubles, but how did ACC go for you this year?
Really good. It was definitely night and day from last year. I think last year I got like 20th or something like that. 'Cause had to tore the front end off the thing, but this year we came off in one piece, which is surprising for autumn colors in general. But yeah, we finished eighth in the feature and third in both heats, or fourth in both heats, sorry. Um, and yeah, it was really good. It was a fun weekend. My dad and my brother and my girlfriend and my buddy and all camping and getting into the beers and whatnot. So it was good.
Absolutely. And this year, I would say probably compared to the last couple, your best season by far. You started
100%.
off, you ended last year actually with a heat win, and this year it looked like nonstop. You guys, you had a piece right from the beginning, almost
Yeah.
won the season opener. Almost, I hate to say it, almost won a lot this
Yeah.
year. It seemed like every time we were looking, it was either you or your brother in victory lane, and you guys finally got your car to the same. It felt like at the same level as Jake's car.
Yeah.
What was the difference? Do you guys have an idea as to what the problem was?
The thing is, a lot of it was driver confidence,
Okay.
as well as me being more. I mean, I'm always open to trying things as far as racing goes, like trying different setups and whatnot. But I was always really cautious last year, and this year I was just kind of like, you know what? whatever. We'll throw springs at it. We'll throw this adjustment at it. We'll throw, whatever, right? Like it's different wedge numbers and stuff like that. So I was a lot more open to trying things and trying to make the car better because I wanted to be up there, right? And it sure paid off. So
Well, it felt like at the start of the season it was really going to be a battle between you and Ryder, and Ryder ended up getting that first win of the season. You guys kind of similarly kind of came around the same time and ran really with each other most of the year. Momentum wise, it seemed to dip a little bit. Did you have problems with the car towards the end of the year before you had the blow up, or was it again just a driver comfort thing?
which blow up?
Oh, so I didn't know there was multiple ones.
Yeah, we blew up twice this year. We uh I did my numbers, that's for sure. We cracked a cylinder wall and broke a crankshaft. So
Oh man. I know that there was the unfortunate uh the first timers race where
yeah,
you
five
were
laps into the
pretty
heat race.
yeah, you were pretty much, as Curtis Burnett had said, he said that was yours and you were basically gone, and then it just died on you, and then it looked pretty much like curtains for you. Um I don't want to really ask about the devastation from that, but does it feel cursed that you're just not gonna get that win yet?
I was pissed. I was
Yeah,
pissed that night.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I really wanted to, if Sunset Speedway doesn't reopen, I really wanted to get a feature win before the end of the year, but
Hmm.
I got lots of heat wins. I won heats with, big names behind me like Butler, and like had lots of really good runs in the heats this year and good runs in
Hmm.
the features too. I mean, I don't know whether I was more mad about uh spinning out in the oil or blowing up.
That was a Yeah, that was pretty bad actually.
That was bad.
Yeah, that one was pretty bad because you were again, that one was your race again, but you came away with third in the points,
Yeah.
and one of those drivers ahead of you was your own brother. So
Yeah.
you also put on a bit of a hurting to him earlier this season as well, where you were outshining him for a little bit, and yeah, it kind of
Hmm.
worked his way around. But that's got
I
to
mean,
feel
I always
amazing.
outshine him, but
It's got to feel amazing to be out there in front of Jake, who's obviously won the championship this year and last. So for yourself,
yeah,
I mean, how confident are you feeling, knowing that you can run right up front with your brother?
a lot more confident now.
Yeah,
It helped a lot knowing that I
yeah,
can be fast and stay fast,
yeah.
and stay up there, right? And not just be fast for 2 or 3 laps. But I wish I had my camera because I was smiling when I said that because I know he's watching, but you can't see me.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is it's weird. It's weird to even consider you guys not being happy because you guys both are always at the racetrack, always got a smile on your face. You always seem to be happy. But in moments like that, I can imagine the frustration level would be, through the roof. And really, we don't know what the future lies with Sunset. So
Yeah.
how is your Flamborough experience and how is your Peterborough experience? If you have to go to either one of those tracks to race, do you feel comfortable going there?
Yeah, I mean, I feel comfortable at any track really. Like I felt comfortable at Peterborough near the end. Like going into the feature, I was comfortable at Peterborough. I mean, during those heat races, I really forgot how fast Peterborough Speedway is, right? Like you're glued to the seat.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I ran good at Flamborough last year, and
I think you outran Jacob there, actually.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to rub it in or anything, Jake, but
Rub it in, rub it in. Make
yeah,
sure he
we'll rub it
knows.
in. He's had
Um,
enough positivity thrown his way.
yeah, he'll say I blew up last year, but that doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Well, and
Uh,
that's the thing, is it really felt like this year was going to be that year for you. And again, just shit luck, really. That oil
yeah,
thing, like again, like that you're the first one to the scene.
yeah,
If you weren't leading at the time, it doesn't matter, but because you were leading, that
yeah.
happens. And then, of course, the mechanical troubles. Seeing somebody like Curtis go out and get his first career win. I mean,
Yeah.
that's tough because you know that was going to be you,
I mean,
essentially.
I told him after that, I said, go out and win it for me because I
Yeah.
knew it was his after, right? Like
Yeah.
he's picking up some speed. He's starting to scare me, but he's
Well,
no,
I
he's a
said,
really
yeah,
good guy. So he
he's,
offered the car to
he's,
me that night and offered the car to me at Velocity, and I said, no, no, go out there and race.
wow.
Like so,
Wow, he did, eh?
yeah,
That's what you like to hear. And the fact that he was even offering it when he's in the points battle for the top five, I mean,
yeah.
says a lot about him. But for yourself, Wyatt, next year, we don't really know the plans, but are we going to see you in victory lane?
I sure hope so. I sure hope so.
Well,
We're still deciding what's going on next year, but hopefully we'll be there.
yeah, that's the hope. I mean, we can hope that Sunset's still sticking around.
Mhm.
We'll hope that we see a bit more of guys sticking around and hopefully not leaving because tracks aren't running. We
Yeah.
don't need that. And you know that we'll continue to support the Sutcliffe Brothers racing team all season and off
Mhm.
season long. So we just want to thank you for joining tonight, and we'll get you on
Yeah,
camera next time.
for sure. Will do. I'll be at my home setup next time.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Wyatt.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
That is Wyatt Sutcliffe, third in points this year at Sunset Speedway. One of the kids that's upcoming in that division. Can't really call the next guy a kid. He's kind of a veteran. He's been around the racing world for over 40 years. Admittingly, he's been doing it for quite a while. He is the man that you can see on a weekly basis doing something at Full Throttle Motor Speedway. Hopefully, he'll be able to. Hopefully, it's going to work for me. It doesn't look like it's being a pain right now, but I think we'll get it working. Hopefully, as we welcome the man, the myth, the legend himself, Tim Tolton is here on the program after a busy season out at Full Throttle Motor Speedway. Tim, are you ready for the off season, or is there such a thing?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much the off season's going to be off, but yeah, I'm ready for it.
You guys had a amazing year once again out at Full Throttle Motor Speedway. A lot of change last year in the physical location. You had to take some stuff down, built up a brand new beautiful patio area. It's looking nice and fine. You had some new champions crowned this year, and then you've also got some really cool stuff in the works. So I have to first commend you guys on trying something new by adding in this new van division that looks really fun. Graydon and I have been talking about something like that for a while. So, what is this all about, Tim?
Well, it's not something that's brand new to Varney Speedway. There
Okay.
was a van class years ago, and it wasn't outright racing. It was entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be along the same lines, but we're going to add some extra twists to what they used to have. The race formats are going to be interesting.
Okay.
I can't give you too much information yet because I don't know all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to get this started for a while, and I keep on getting told no, we don't
Mm-hmm.
need another class. But I've added enough crazy stuff into it that I got the answer. Well, let's give it a try.
Okay.
So I guess right now we'll tell you, you'll be the first to know officially that it is going ahead. It is happening.
Awesome. I think you guys definitely you've got the trains. That's been a source of entertainment for so long. But I think after a while, you're totally right. You got to change things up. You got to try and make things interesting for fans, and especially when some classes might be struggling, and that's the reality of it. You have to try something new. You guys had this year once again amazing season for your bone stock division, continuing to grow week in and week out. Dustin Johnston gets the champion. It felt like it was bound to happen for him, but he gets the championship in a long battle with the Clarks. Really, all it felt like the Clarks, or if it was Josh or if it was Nick, it didn't matter. They were up there on a regular basis. You guys got to been very impressed with your car counts for the bone stock division, and just the competition level has been fantastic.
Yeah, the bone stocks were definitely the king of the classes this year. There's no doubt about it. Amazing racing. Not that the other classes didn't put on good races, but the car
Absolutely.
was in the bone stocks.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we going to
Everywhere
see
you go,
Tim?
that's the class that gets the
Are,
counts.
are we going to see Tim Tolton back racing in a bone stock?
Probably sometime. I don't know when. I've been asked so many times, and I've come close to doing it, but it just felt like I didn't have the time to spare for it. But yeah, I'm going to be there. We're going to have a whole bunch more bone stock cars in our team next year, so
Awesome.
there'll be something to drive at some point.
Well, the one thing that I'm curious about, year to year, is the work that goes on behind the scenes, and I think people underestimate the amount that you guys have to do on a regular basis to put on these shows, to get people to come out to the racetrack. Being an official, being a race director, being someone who works at a racetrack is almost like a second or third full-time job, is it not?
It is. It is, and it can go on all through the week. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Sundays are normally busy dealing with the happenings from the night before, whether it be bad actors or other things, issues that come up that we need to deal with. It's going on all the time, mostly discussions, but sometimes other things too. It takes me away from getting my cars ready. A lot of times, sometimes I have more plans than I have time, and it does definitely distract me from that. But we do what we can.
It's part of the racing process, right? We know that it takes the effort and it takes a mountain of people to make sure a track operates, and we don't know. I mean, you've been at this business for, as I mentioned before we brought you on, over 40 years in the racing business. You've unfortunately seen tracks come and go, a lot that have come and gone. Sunset, we're in a position right now where we don't know what's happening. You were down there for many races in the past. Do you have a standout memory from an experience at Sunset?
I didn't run Sunset that many times, but yeah, there was a one race that I was actually quite impressed with the way I was running. I never really felt like I got the hang of the track, but I was running in third place and just waiting till later in the race to really pick it up, and had a mechanical failure and never got there. I'm not sure I would be in a position to win at that track, but
Mm-hmm.
I did have definitely had some strong runs.
I want to say that one of my highlights this year was getting to witness probably an underappreciated class, and that is the street stocks. They got so much press, so much love when they showed up for the last dance. I had never seen them before. This is a very underrated division. I think that you guys have such great competitors in it. The cars look, oh, they're just so good looking. So nothing against super stock guys, but I would take street stock cars any day over a super stock. Let's talk about that class. You have some great competitors. Luke Boss is part of it. Mark King is part of it, which I'm partial to that number 3. That's one of my favorite looking. It's actually my screensaver on the back of my computer right now. Um, Talk about that class. How can people get involved if they want to bring their old street stocks out?
Well, there's definitely a lot of old chassis out there. There's
Yes.
somewhere, and that's what the class is designed for. We weren't having any luck with getting car counts in the super stock or thundercar class,
Hmm.
so street stock became our focus, and it gave a home to the cars that were homeless. Um, I mean, they're older cars, so they look a lot like the hot rods, really.
Yes.
Very similar. Some of them have are newer chassis with older bodies installed.
Hmm.
That happened long before we even started a hot rod class. The street stocks were doing the retro bodies. I remember back in the 90s, it was happening on our street
Yeah.
stocks. But yeah, there's all kinds of chassis out there. They're the older, the what did they even call them then? I guess Thunder Car.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do have uh, weight penalties for things that our street stocks don't normally have to
Okay.
equalize them. For if it's got load bolts weren't really allowed, but they are if you have a small weight penalty for them. You're supposed to have a factory firewall, but if it's fabricated, add a little bit of weight, and it's worked out really well.
I think if people want to be involved with a division, it's street stocks. I think that's them hot rods are still some of the coolest divisions. Obviously, Thomas Wunsch went out there this year, repped us really well on the racetrack. I think he put a whooping on them. Keisha Zimic, same thing in the mini truck division. Again, that's what I think is really nice about Varney is very unique classes. They're not all the same that you'll find at every other racetrack. Makes it worth the time to go out and invest. But I just want to throw it out there. You guys definitely have spots for people that want to get involved in motorsports. Varney is a place that you can go and be a part of the racing scene, especially junior late models. They could definitely have a couple more racers join up. Same with hot rods. Same really with every class. Really, anybody is willing. And I'll tell you that I know Rich Schwarzenberg and James Houghton that go up there and they run the bone stock class. They have glowing reviews about that track and just the raceability of it. And you obviously being there on a weekly basis, you know that fan base is one of the best in the province. Some of the most loyal fans is what you guys have at Varney.
Oh, it showed how loyal they were on Saturday during the endurance race, and
Yeah.
the rain was pouring down, and they were still sitting in the stands. They weren't giving up on it, but that was an amazing, entertaining race too. There was nobody that left, whether it was fans, drivers, pit crew. Everybody had a smile on their face after that race. That was a huge hit and something to build on. Plus, it was done for charity.
Yes.
There was over $1,000 raised for autism awareness. That's an awesome thing too. But yeah, there was so much fun had. Yeah, we do definitely have loyal fans.
Yeah.
They don't come out every week. The
Yep.
weather always scares people away, and this weekend wasn't any exception. It wasn't the biggest crowd we've ever had, but it was the happiest one, I think.
I loved it. I didn't know that you guys would even attempt to run it in the rain. I love that. I think it's awesome. As long as it can be done safely, all the power to you guys, really, because honestly, that's where we lose most of the time is we don't even attempt to race because it's raining, right? But you guys went out there, you put on a show. You also had a bone stock invitational as well, 75 lapper that you guys put out for the final racing weekend of the year, which is something new for you guys. You haven't done that in the past, so gave you guys a whole other opportunity. You guys do have a 2026 rules meeting coming up. Let's just talk about that. So if anybody that is interested in joining some of your classes, seeing what Varney is about, how can they come and be a part of that?
Now I don't remember the exact date of it. It is
I
in
believe
November.
it's November 16th.
That sounds right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, November 16th. Where were we having that?
I think I got you on that too, actually. That's at the Durham Town Hall,
Okay.
185 George in Durham,
Right.
Ontario.
Yeah, the normal place. I should have known
Yes.
that. Yeah. I got to keep up on this stuff.
I got you covered, Tim.
Yeah. It's a rules and registration meeting.
Okay.
We typically don't argue about rules. We
Mhm.
discuss them.
Yep.
We try not to make changes at the meeting,
Okay.
but we do like to talk about potential changes. We like to have an agenda beforehand. If somebody thinks something needs to be adjusted, we want to hear about it ahead of time and we'll put it under consideration. We don't want any new stuff being battled
Right.
out at a meeting. yeah, registration will be open. Pre-registration is going to be discounted. After the meeting, the registration will go up to the regular price.
Okay.
The same with pads.
Okay.
Will be discounted up to the day of the meeting. After the day of the meeting, they will go back to regular price. So we're hoping to have lots of new registrations. We've got quite a few interested drivers from across all the classes, actually.
Awesome.
But then sometimes you get people saying they're going to do it and then they don't follow through. We'll see how it goes. We're hoping for a bigger year again next year.
Yeah, it feels that way. I think we're going to see some movement between classes. Obviously, Keisha's in make big news that she mentioned that she got a Thunder truck, a pretty damn good Thunder truck at that. That's Mason Culver's old truck. I think Grayson Mason may also be looking at maybe going into a mini truck. So there's all sorts of movement. It's kind of like silly season. It takes me back to the 2000s in NASCAR, where you would find out at preseason testing who moved where and who's got a new car and who's got a new number and a new sponsor and everything like that. So we look forward to it, Tim. I want to thank you for hopping on and joining me tonight on ONTrack Weekly, and the best off season, if there is such a thing, that you can have. Thank you so much, Tim.
Thank you for letting me join you, and see you at Motorama.
Definitely. That is Tim Tolton. Of course, if you want to find out anything about Full Throttle Motor Speedway, you can definitely reach out to Tim. Tim kind of knows everything about it. Tim's going to be out there at Motorama. We'll probably be out there as well. Got a lot to kind of figure out still about that, but let's get back. Hopefully the Jays can get back to the lead here, and hopefully we can end up going to the World Series. But I appreciate all you guys tuning in tonight. I know it's been a tough night to try and watch while there's something amazing happening elsewhere. But thanks to all of our guests tonight, Graydon Bunn, Dave Bragg, Jesse Howard, Wyatt Sutcliffe, and of course, Tim Tolton. I'm Cam K, your host. I will see you next week on ONTrack Weekly.